different types of problem: simple, conditional and repetitional. Simple and conditional, how we can solve using algorithm and flow chart, that is already discussed. So now today I am going to start with one new example, that is to find the roots of equation ax square plus bx plus c. In this we have to use simple plus conditional, two methods in a one problem. So let's understand first the logic how we can solve this problem. For that, first we have to input three values, that is a, b and c. This is nothing but our input. Now according to the input we have to find the delta. If you remember, this is already learned by you guys in your previous standards. So how we can solve these methods? You have to find the delta, and the formula for finding delta is b square minus 4ac. Now according to the value of delta, if it is greater than 0, if it is equal to 0 and less than 0, then the roots are different. That is our title, we have to find that roots. So the condition is like that: if the delta is greater than equal to 0, then and then we can find the roots, and the formula for finding roots is x1 and x2, that is minus b plus under root delta by 2a. Similarly minus b minus under root delta by 2a. These two roots are nothing but our solutions. But if this condition is false, this is true part, and if this condition becomes false, then roots are not possible. Now start with algorithm. And here we can draw the flow chart also. You guys know very well how to write algorithms. That is, first step is always start. Second step is input always, and here the input is a, b and c. So write down the step, that is input a, b, c. Now third step, we have to find first, according to the value of a, b, c, first we have to find the delta. Here the delta we cannot write, because in our programming, in our keyboard, this symbol is not present. So we have to write here some variable name, and that is suppose d, according to the delta. So we have to find d. You can write here the word like calculate, or directly you can write the formula. So here I am writing calculate d equals, now the formula b square again is there. So b square is not possible, for that we have to write b into b, that is b square minus 4 into a into c, that is d. Now fourth step, according to the condition, according to the value of delta, we have a two options, it is greater than or a less than. So it is nothing but our if statement. If d is greater than equal to 0, then go to next step, otherwise go to step blank. Now what is the meaning of these statements? If this condition is true, then we have to jump for a fifth step, otherwise we have to jump at some place, that is step number, keep it blank right now. Now fifth step means our delta is greater than 0, then roots are possible? Yes. Which roots? So calculate x1 and x2. x1 the formula is minus b plus under root now d, not delta, divide by 2 into a, and second root, instead of plus sign we have to write down minus, that is our second root, minus b minus under root d by 2 into a. That indicates we have a two roots, and now we have to display as an our output. So the sixth step is display x1, x2. You can write here also display roots equals x1 comma x2. So the true part is completed. Here you can directly write stop, or at last step you can write stop. So here I am not writing stop right now, and now jump onto the else parts, that is otherwise. Otherwise means the roots are not possible because the d is less than 0. So in a 7th step what we have to write? Display roots are negative. Roots are negative, or you can say roots are imaginary. And now 8th step is stop. So if the condition true, then you have to go on a next step, otherwise go to step at which place? Now you can see here in step number 7. So write down the step number 7. Now how the output will come? But when the output we can say here A equals 1, B equals 2 and C equals 3, that is our input. Input A, B, C, that is 1, 2 and 3. Now find the delta. Delta B square, that is 4, minus 4 into 1 into 3. But instead of 3, now simply let's take example 1. Then 4 into 1 into 1, that is minus 4. So our delta becomes 0. And when delta becomes 0, we have to go on a next part, that is calculate. So x1 and x2 we have to calculate and print that value. But after printing this value, again the message is displayed, that is roots are negative. So to overcome this problem, what we have to do? We have to stop here, and here we have to write down, then go to step. Which step? At a 8th number, that is stop. So you can write stop here again, otherwise you have to write down like this. Now come back for a flow chart. Always the first symbol is start in a oval shape. Now input. So input is ABC. Which symbol we have to use? Parallelogram. Input A, B, C. Now third step here is a calculation process, or we can say that our formula. In which shape we have to write? Obviously it is in a rectangle shape. So D equals B into B minus 4 into A into C. So here you can see in a first step, in a simple problem, we are writing just input, formula and output. In a second method, we are writing input, then condition and output. But here these two problems are mixed. Means we have to input also, we have to calculate some process, and after that we have to apply the conditions. So it is nothing but the simple and conditional problem. Now if is nothing but condition, and condition we have to write down in which shape? Always in a diamond shape, that is D greater than equal to 0 question mark. Now always it has a two possibility. First is a 5th number step and false has a 7th steps. So here two possibility, true and false. True part, that is 5th step, find x1 and x2. Again these two are nothing but what? Calculation, process. In which symbol we have to write? In a rectangle. So here x1 equals minus b plus under root d by 2 into a. Similarly x2 equals minus b minus under root d by 2 into a. After 5th step, now the display is nothing but output, and for output which symbol we have to use? Parallelogram. For input and output both has the same symbol. So here the output is display x1 comma x2. Now 7th step, that is our otherwise part, that is our false part. So here directly we have to write down the display, that is roots are negative. So here no any process symbol is there, directly we have to write down in a output symbol display roots are negative. And last is oval shape, that is top. But here the statement is missing again. Then go to step number 8 after displaying x1 and x2. So from displaying x1 x2, now our flowchart is stopped. Clear? So this is the method how we can solve the simple and conditional problem in a one simple definition. Clear? Now we are move on to the third type of problem, that is repetitionals. Now for a repetitional problem, see here the definition, display 1 to 10. How you can think for this problem? So first we have to store this starting value 1 into some variable. Suppose that is our I. So I equals 1, that is stored first, and then we have to print this value, that is print I. So what happened? The print I means 1 is display. Now we have to print 2 up to 10. So for that what we have to do here, simple, in a 1 if you adding again one value, then what happen, 1 plus 1, that is 2. So the formula is just like this, I equals I plus 1. So the I value is now 1 plus 1, that becomes 2. And 2 value, that is again we have to print here. So 2 is there. So here you can see that the same statements we are repeating. Which statements? Print I equals 1, that is our starting value. Then we have to print that value, then increment, then again print. Now again we have to increment because our answer is not 2, 2, 2, something like that. Now we have to add again 1. That is again we have to repeat these statements. I plus 1, that is what? 2 plus 1, that becomes now 3. Again print this value, and that is 3. The process is now repeated. This process is now repeated. How many times? Up to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, likewise that our output will be generated. So how we can solve this type of problem in algorithm and flowchart? Let's see here. Now algorithm means what? The stepwise solution, and flowchart means graphical representations, as you all knows. And first step of algorithm is always start. Second step here, no input is there because we have to start with fixed value, and that is 1. Here suppose your title is start your display 10 to 20, then you have to choose the first value always 10. Suppose you have a given display 50 to 100, then your first value is always fixed, and that is not an input but it is a fixed value that we have to write like this. I equals 1. Here you can write any variable name. Now third step is what? We have to print this value 1, 2, 3. But before printing this, the next step is print I. Why here one step is missing? If you remember, in a conditional statements we are writing if here. But this is a repetitional problem. So here the condition is not there, but we have to write repeat word. Because we have to repeat number of statements, print I equals I plus 1, something like that. So these statements we have to repeat number of times, so that step will be before. Now repeat steps. How many? Now keep it blank, but until the condition is there, and that is 10 is not come. So until I less than equals 10. This is our conditions. Now keep it blank right now and print just I. That means our output I, that is 1, is printed. Now what we have to do? Print 2, and for that we have to find I equals I plus 1, that is nothing but calculations. I now becomes 2, and now we have to check again here 2 is less than 10. If the condition is true, then and then we have to repeat steps, otherwise no. So here repeat steps, how many? 3 to 5. 3 to 5. Why? Because third step is conditions. If it is true, then and then we have to print, then and then we have to calculate the new value of I. Now 2 is less than 10. Yes, means we have to repeat and print I, that is 2. I equals I plus 1, that is 2 plus 1. Now I becomes 3. Again jump to the third steps. 3 less than 10. Yes. Condition true means these steps we have to repeat. That is 3. I plus 1. 3 plus 1. 4 less than 10. Yes. Print. 4 plus 1. 5. 5 less than 10. Yes. Print 5. Now 5 plus 1, 6. 6 is less than 10. Yes. 6 plus 1, 7. 7 less than 10. Yes. Then 7 plus 1, 8. 8 less than 10. Yes. Print 8. Then 8 plus 1, that is 9. 9 less than 10. Yes. Again print. 9 plus 1, that is 10. 10 equal to 10. It is not less than, but now 10 equal to 10. Condition true. Print 10. Now 10 plus 1, that is 11. And 11 is not less than 10. It is not equal to 10. Means our condition becomes false. Then we have to go outside from this repetitional formula. And that is our 6th number, that is top. If the condition is not proper, means your condition is wrong, then it goes in an infinite loop. So here the main step is you have to find the condition perfectly. So you guys understand this algorithm? Okay. Now we are moved to the flow chart. First step is start. Which symbol we have to use? Oval. Now here I equals 1. Equal to indicates it is formula. Here you can also see I equals I plus 1. So this is our formula. So by default we are writing in a rectangle form. I equals 1. Now repeat. Repeat has some symbols in a flow chart? No. But here the condition is there, and condition has some symbol, that is diamond. So first we have to draw the diamond. And the condition we have to write here, that is I less than equals to 10 question mark, and then two parts, true or false. Now if it is true, then we have to move 4 and 5, 3, 4 and 5, 3, 4 and 5. That is our repetitional problem. So next step is print, that is our display, and display is in a which symbol? Which symbol? Parallelogram. What we have to write? Print I. After print I, now it is calculation. That is we have to write in a rectangle form. I equals I plus 1. Now after I plus 1, at which place we have to move? Obviously 3, 4, 5. Then again 3, 4, 5. So the step number 3, that is our condition. So you have to come back onto the condition step. Now these steps are repeated. How many times? As you see here, how many times? 10 times. 1, then 2, then 3. So here you can see our repetition, and when the condition becomes false, means our I becomes greater than 10, then our condition becomes false, and we have to move on a last step, that is stop. Clear? So this is the flow chart for displaying 1 to